Was it the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, it was. Hi everybody, Tim here with you for another video. Pardon my poor reenactment of the last bit of dialogue from one of the most iconic movies in the history of horror movies, and that of course being John Carpenter's Halloween. And welcome to another episode of Talking Movies. I just got done watching Halloween for the umpteenth time. Of course, that's a staple around the month of October to watch this movie and at least its sequel, if not more movies in this franchise. But this movie and its sequel have been staples for me in the month of October for many years. Although I was a little late to the party for as far as these Halloween movies. I was like 6 years old when this movie came out, maybe just turned 7 years old when this movie came out. So my parents weren't about to take me to see this movie when it was originally in theaters. Although I have seen it on the big screen a couple times before, and I'm possibly can this coming Wednesday also. But anyway, I would like to discuss with you this franchise, which for me the best parts of it are, of course, the original, its sequel, and the fourth installment in the franchise. But Halloween 2 even is about to be registered moot by the film coming out a week from today officially, but I have a ticket to see a sneak screening of it on Thursday. I don't know if I like the idea. I'm kind of mixed feelings on the idea of this new movie now acting as if at least Halloween 2, taking that out and everything else didn't happen. I kind of liked when H2O did the same sort of thing, but kept Halloween 2 intact. But because Halloween 2 is a movie that I hold dear to my heart. That was the first one I've watched in this franchise, was Halloween 2. And I rented the VHS many times. I first caught it on TV. And then I rented the VHS to watch the whole movie, not knowing at the time that it was it picked directly up where the original left off. But I soon began to like Halloween 2, and then eventually rented the original, to put pieces together. And fell in love with both of these movies. Now, I should say eventually fell in love with both of these movies. Um, as you all know, and I guess, that's what's considered groundbreaking and scary now isn't so much what was considered groundbreaking and scary back 40 years ago when this original movie was made. Because this original movie is a slow burn. He has many opportunities to kill people before he actually does. But, he takes his sweet time and takes pleasure in stalking these people before he actually pounces, so to speak. And that's something that, I kind of, after watching this movie on repeated viewings, I've become more and more happy with the fact that this movie is a slow burn, that it is. And, it builds up to his attack on his victims. I'm sure when people originally saw this movie in the theaters, they were just waiting for bated breath. Okay, when is he going to attack, And then when he finally does, with coming up from the backseat of the car to choke Annie to death, it's full throttle from there. And seeing this movie on the big screen, kind of adds to the intensity of it. Like I'm going all over the place here, I know, but like the beginning of the movie when Dr. Loomis is driving with the nurse to the sanitarium to pick up Michael and the thunderstorm, and I mean hearing the thunder going off and that's the stereo sounds the movie theaters have nowadays, kind of puts you right into the scene. So, Halloween is a fantastic movie that I've come to love over the years. Even though I was in high school by the time I actually saw these movies. Now on to Halloween 2. Again, picks up right where they left off. The thing I liked about this movie and the creepiness, the thing that added to the creepiness factor in this movie is the isolated setting of that small little hospital with the dark corridors and very little movement of people around. Laurie all alone in her room, just knowing that Michael's going to come back, not knowing at first that it was Michael and not knowing for what reason Michael went after her, that this movie later reveals, spoiler alert, that Laurie is Michael's sister, although, again, that's about to be registered moot by this upcoming movie. Now, if they, I think I'd be a little happier if they took that aspect of the brother and the sister element out of the movie, because some people don't like the idea that Michael now had a motive to what he was doing. People seem to like Michael more that he's just a relentless for the heck of it killer. I'm in the minority in a way where I kind of liked the added feeling of having some motivation to why he chose Laurie to stalk and eventually attack in the first place. But I'm in the minority in that. But I would have been happy if they just took that fact out of it with this new movie instead of rendering it like it didn't happen altogether. The part with her at the hospital, where but I guess they have their reasons for doing it. I definitely don't mind the fact at all that they've retconned even the stuff beyond 2 that they retconned. I don't mind that fact at all. Outside of, of course, 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers. 4, The Return of Michael Myers, other than that, and the original first 2, the rest is 5 and 6 are just, I can do without those. H2O, which retcon 4, 5, and 6, is a decent movie. Resurrection, which was a sequel to H2O, no. So I wish they would have let, beaten, going all different ways to get to from point A to point B. I guess what I'm saying is, I wish they would have left that the attack at the hospital in 2 and all of that still happened, and just leave out the brother and sister thing. I'd be a little more excited for this movie than I am. Not that I'm not excited for the movie, but if they had left a good portion of 2 intact in this movie's timeline, I'd be even more excited about it. But anyway, a long story short, I love the first 2 movies in this series. 4 I like. H2O I like. 5 and 6, no way. The remakes are a whole different animal. I can't stand Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But I might make another video about the Rob Zombie movies of the same name. But they're not even close to this. But this video's been long enough. Anyway, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your festivities for Halloween. Enjoy the rest of your October. Although I'll be making a few more videos this month. I'll talk to you all later.